Recording. Okay. So what's up, everyone? Welcome to this channel, whereby I'm gonna break down the trade that we're anticipating tomorrow, which is on 28th of August 2026. Yeah, which is on Friday. So I hope everyone is okay. If you are someone who's passionate about trading and things to do with trading, this is a channel for you. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you learn as much as possible. If you have any question, kindly consider writing it on the comment section so that I can come and look at it and I'm going to give you a response. So whatever we are doing today, we want to break down the trades that we are expecting to take tomorrow. And before I break down the trade that I'm expecting to take tomorrow, what I want to do is to break down the trade that we were able to identify today in our trading scenario. So the only trade that was valid for us today was the Nasdaq trade, and I'm going to show you guys why this was the only valid trade that we were able to identify today. So for Nasdaq, let's start from the weekly time frame, and we want to understand whatever is happening on the weekly time frame. So we can see that last week price somehow was very bearish, but we want to know where was price rejecting from, what was the cause of this entire move. So I can't see clearly any zone that price rejected from this level, because for me I'm a person who uses support and resistance, and I can't clearly see because we have this. If I switch into the line graph, you can't see any level. We have this one, we have also this one, and I can't tell clearly which level price was able to reject. But for the buy part, you can see clearly we had this level over here, which if you switch into the line graph, you can see it was a shoulder over here. It was a shoulder, and whatever happened, price came, and it was also a fresh level. The things to do with a fresh and unfresh level, that's a very different topic. So for today, I'm only going to break down the trade that I'm expecting tomorrow. So before I go to tomorrow, I want to show you guys how I was able to identify the trade that I was able to catch today. So I've seen that this last week rejected a very strong weekly support level, and so what I was anticipating for this week was that we are going to have some bullish movement to the upside. So this is the beginning of this week. So let's round down to the daily time frame, and in the daily time frame, whatever I want to see is for price to give me what we call a shift. What do I mean by a shift? If price was bearish, I want to see price breaking a lower high to give me a higher high, which is exactly what has happened over here. If you see, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we have a shift over here. This is what we call a shift, because price has broken from being bullish and it's now bearish. It has broken a higher low. So in this scenario over here, you can see that it has now broken a lower high, and now it seems like price is now printing a bullish narrative. So this is whatever we want to see in the market. Ideally, we want to see price rejecting a level. We also want to see price giving us a shift in the lower time frame, which is exactly what is playing out in this scenario. So after we have this shift, let me just write down that is a shift so that you can be able to see clearly. So let me switch it back now to the nini, to the candlesticks, and whatever happened, if we go now to the weekly time frame, now we want to look for our entry criteria. We are going to look for any zone that is around this area that can support our level, so that we can take our trade from there. So I can't see any level, but we can see that we have this bullish continuation support and resistance. You see this one, this is a bullish candle, then this is a bullish candle. So these are bullish, this is called a bullish continuation support and resistance. And if I come to the daily time frame, we can see that this was the level. This was the level where price printed in the weekly time frame, but we have to refine it in the lower time frame. So I can see that we have this V-type SNR that is there, which can be used to refine our weekly level so that we can be able to get more sniper entries. So after that, after we identified that level in the weekly time frame, we came to the daily. This is now the daily time frame, and in the daily time frame, you can see that there is also a narrative that is beginning for yesterday. You can see price clearly rejected this level. Okay, we rejected this level and we closed after we have rejected that level. So for me, this means that there is a narrative that is beginning also in the daily time frame, which is also marrying the narrative in the weekly time frame. So for me, this is going to be a high quality trade because number one, the weekly time frame is bullish. Number two, the daily time frame is also bullish. So for me, this becomes a high quality or a high probability trade idea. I hope you're together. So after that, this was now the daily. Daily has rejected. So what I'm going to wait for is for 4 hour also to give me a shift. So it's just the same thing. The weekly rejects a weekly level, then shifts in the daily time frame. Then you can look for entries, or you can have a daily level being rejected by a daily candlestick. Then we have a shift in the 4 hour time frame. Then you look for your entries. So this is just the same thing. If you see here, price has now rejected a daily level, which is a V-type SNR. This is clearly a V-type SNR. Then we have a rejection. Then we are going to go now to the 4 hour time frame. And in the 4 hour time frame, what I want to see is for price breaking a new high. So let's go to the line graph. And in the line graph, you can see that we have this level over here that price broke this high. So we have now confirmed that the 4 hour time frame has begun a bullish narrative. Why? Because number one, it has rejected a daily level and the 4 hour time frame has shifted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going now to go to the daily time frame and look for my zones in the daily time frame that we can be able to take our trade from, because now that is where we want to execute our positions. We ideally want to execute our positions in the daily levels and in the 4 hour level. So we have this V-type SNR over here. Let me go back. Is there any bullish continuation around this place? Yeah. So we have this one. Yeah, so we have this one over there also. So I can't see any other level. So let me go back to 4 hour levels. And so what happened, you can see that when price shifted, price came and tapped this first level, which was the weekly level. So let me delete this one because we didn't ideally use it. So price shifted, came and touched this first level, then also we have this other level. So let me go now to the 1 minute time frame where we execute our position. So so this was it. This was where now the 4 hour candlestick began. So we want to take our trades during London session. We don't want to take our trade during Asia session. And the first level where price gave us a reaction, you can see the time, it was 4 a.m. Kenyan time, which is Asia session during that time. And yes, it gave us a very good push. Even if we try to look for an entry criteria, you can see it gave us, I think, almost 1:7 or something, or 1:7, because if we say even this is the last candlestick that swept liquidity, yeah, so then price came and tapped on it and gave us a rejection. So assuming we would have taken the entry from there, you can see that this was almost 1:2. So targeting over there, you can see that was almost 1:5, which is not bad. But I would not have taken this trade because number one, this time I'm normally asleep, and then number two, it's also during Asia session. I don't want to take a trade during Asia session. Then now this was a trade that we were able to get during the day, and you can see from that fair value gap over there, it was a very beautiful trade. I think almost 1:8 or something. RR, that was it. 1:8, yeah, RR, and you can see that was how we were able to identify that trade. Very beautiful, and I still believe we are going to go higher because we said that the weekly is bullish, the daily is also bullish. So I'm anticipating that this is a swing trade. You can hold this one up to next week because everything is in line. So that is it for Nasdaq, and that's the only trade that I was able to identify. So quickly, I'm going to break down whatever I'm expecting tomorrow. So starting with Mr. Gold, I'm going to go to the daily time frame and see what we are expecting tomorrow. So you can see here I have written that we are having a start of a bullish narrative on gold, which is XAUUSD. And what's the reason? Because you can see here, if I switch it into this line graph, you can see we have this A-type SNR, and whatever is happening is that price is now rejecting this level. And now what I'm waiting for is that in the 4-hour time frame, as I had explained earlier, I'm expecting something like this so that I can look for my entry. So this is a trade we can ideally look at it from 8 a.m. in the morning tomorrow Kenyan time. This is going to be a very good trade, because also in the weekly time frame for gold, it's also bullish. It's a very beautiful trade, because you can see we rejected this level. You can see we rejected the level, so we had a beginning of a bullish narrative on gold. So that's what I'm expecting tomorrow. So be on the watch for buys on gold tomorrow. Let's go to another pair, US30 USD. For the daily time frame, you can see we are rejecting this QML, which is a very strong level, and we have rejected and we have closed as a rejection. So ideally what I want to see tomorrow is for price also to give me a shift. So that's why I've written here that there's a start of a bullish narrative on US30. Why? Because we have rejected a QML, and now what we're anticipating is for price to give me a shift so that I can be able to take buys on US30. Let me look at the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, we are also bullish. Why? Because we had this A-type SNR which was broken, so it becomes now a support. And what happened? Price came and tapped on it and it rejected. So meaning the weekly time frame is also bullish. So this becomes a very high probable trade that I'm going to be on the lookout tomorrow for gold. So for these indices, and this is something I'm going to give you guys as a secret, make sure you identify these trades most of the time during 4:30. 4:30 is where most of the volume comes into these pairs. And I don't know if you have news tomorrow, because if you have news tomorrow, I'll be expecting some very strong buys on these indices, because I think everything is telling me that we are bullish on these pairs. So we are going to check on news. So we have said that for US30 we are waiting for buys. US30 we are waiting for buys. For Nasdaq we have analyzed that, and we can say, and we have said that we are also waiting for buys on Nasdaq. So for GBP JPY, this is a new candle, this is a new day, which is Friday 28th, and I had identified that we let's start from the weekly time frame quickly. I know time is not on our side. So for GBP JPY weekly, weekly the narrative is actually bullish, because the narrative started from this point here. We broke this bullish continuation support and resistance, and it became now support, and we rejected that level. So for GBP JPY, I'm actually waiting for buys for the weekly. So let's go to the daily time frame and see whatever is happening. In the daily time frame, we can see that we are rejecting somewhere. So I don't understand where we have rejected. Let me just see if we have any level that price has rejected. Is there any level that price has rejected? Okay. I can't see any level that price is rejecting. So I had earlier identified that we have this V-type SNR over here, this one, and I don't know if my eyes have a problem. I think I had seen prices rejecting that level, but looking at it now, I'm not seeing price rejecting any level. So I'm going to cancel any bullish story that bearish story that I had begun. So you see, so the reason why I don't like this level is because I feel like price closed below it. Okay, I don't have any other level, so somehow, so you can say we have a bullish narrative on GBP JPY. So what I'm going to expect for that, I'm not really convinced 100%, but yes, the weekly is bullish, and then also we have a very strong rejection of our level. For the SMC guys, will say this is a fair value gap, but okay, I'm also waiting for something like this in the 4-hour time frame. So if you have something like this in the 4-hour time frame, is when I'll be considering any trades on GBP JPY. For Euro USD, we can see that we have this QML level that price has rejected over here. and we have rejected very strongly. So what I'm expecting, the same thing, and I'm really surprised that the market is very bullish. Every pair that I've analyzed is bullish, which is a bit crazy. So we have that shift over there. So what I'm expecting in the 4-hour time frame. So all these pairs, I want you guys to be very keen tomorrow at 8 a.m. Kenyan time, which is UTC +3. Be very keen on those levels. So Euro USD also, I'm waiting for a shift in the 4-hour time frame. And lastly but not the least, we have this GBP JPY. So no, GBP USD, and GBP USD, somehow we have so we have this level. Did we reject? Yes, we rejected, not very strongly as I would have wanted. Yeah, not very strongly as I would have wanted. I think also you have this one over here. This one is a bearish continuation SNR, so this is the closing area. So we have rejected. So the same thing also, I'm waiting. If we have a shift, which is something like this in the 4-hour time frame, is when I can be able to identify the possible trades for this particular trade. So we have been able to identify the possible trade that we are waiting for tomorrow. So if we have no shift, there is no trade, period. If you have no shift, no trade. No shift, no trade. So GBP USD, you have said you're waiting for a bullish move. Euro USD also waiting for a bullish move. GBP JPY, the same thing, bullish move. Nasdaq also a bullish move, although I'll not be very active on Nasdaq because we already took out a very good trade today. Then also US30, we have a very good bullish movement that we're expecting tomorrow. And lastly but not the least, we have gold, which is opening in the next 20 minutes. Also, I'm expecting a very strong bullish movement. So let me just check if we have any news quickly. Tomorrow is on Friday the 28th. Okay, so we have news, exactly, and I just felt like we have news tomorrow. So tomorrow I really think we are going to have some very explosive bullish movement. You see these ones? For this one, we are going to have some very strong bullish movement on pairs that relate with gold. I think with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If it has been able to educate you, given you value, don't be mean, like the video, share with your friend, and tomorrow if you get a trade, come to the comment section and say thank you, I was able to identify this trade together with you and I executed it. So thank you. I'll be seeing you in the next video.